Shalom, brothers and sisters. All praises to Yahuwah, our Heavenly Father and Creator of all. Do what Yahuwah, your Eluah, require of you. Fear Yahuwah, your Eluah, and walk in his ways. Love him and serve Yahuwah with all thy heart and all thy soul. Keep the commandments of Yahuwah and his statutes, which are commanded of you for your own good. My name is Brother Kuya, and I'm here today to present you the calendar for the month of the second month, and they call it Ziph. Now, as you notice at the bottom, up under that, the second month, I have a Hebrew script there. And for the reason for that is because the way they put it in the book, it's the terminology is wrong. It's a replacement. In the real Hebrew script is only two letters. You see a Zan there, Z, and an U, and it's really pronounced Zu instead of Ziph. So I'm gonna try to do all my calendars like that from now on, give you the right terminology and the right pronunciations of these months, the name of these months. But in the meantime, we see now that the new moon has been spotted and confirmed, and it came out on Thursday evening. And what we want to do is going to get keep these months in order, see how we come out of one month and go right into the next one, depending on the moon. So if you've been here before, you know what we're going to do: get the scriptures, the pen and paper, the calendar from the previous month, and so we can keep up to date and keep up what we're doing, because what we're doing with people is very important. It has everything to do with your salvation. We got to keep Yahuwah's Sabbaths and feast days. We just come out of Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread. And the next feast day we got to do is the Feast of Weeks. And we can use last month's calendar and this month's calendar also to help us finish counting these weeks up so we come up to the day of Feast of Weeks. So let's get started. All right, since you have the calendar from the previous month, if you do, you look to your left on this side over here. You see I have lower right starting count to 7 complete Sabbath. All right, on this calendar, what we started counting was from the week after the Feast of Unleavened Bread. All right, we counted that complete week, and you see a number 1. So that's the first week right there. So this line right here should go on the top of your blank calendar. All right, and this line here should go on the second line of your blank calendar, because you see we have the first week and you count 7 complete days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until now you got your second week right here. So that's why we need these calendars to that's why we need the calendars to keep up with these weeks. We're gonna need both calendars. We're gonna have to start here, and then we're gonna, once we end on this week right here, we can go stay on new calendar. Now, if you got the calendar from the previous month, we can look and see where we have this one. We already have this one right here from the previous month, so we can't count them 2 times. Okay, so we know we had 2 lines we brought up from the previous month. We put them at the top, and the reason why we put them at the top is because we get all our Sabbaths to line up right here, so we won't run out of space. So we bring the line we had right here on the previous month, we bring it up here. So this is new moon day. The new moon come out. So the evening of the new moon, when it comes out, I mean the next day is new moon day. That's the day you celebrate. All right. So this 1 right here was from the previous month. So we already counted. If you have your calendar, you can lay it down now, because we already got week 1 right here, the first week right here, counting to the Feast of Weeks. All right, lower right, count 7 complete Sabbaths. So we got 1. All right, now what we do, we see the new moon come out. All right, so can't count new moon day. Then we'll start counting our 6 working days up to our Sabbath. Okay, from this point here. So this is gonna be a new month. You got your 1 week finished. This is your new month. Then after new moon day, then you start counting your your next week. Now you see how it's gonna run now. Is you don't just when he said count 3 feasts a week, y'all don't want to just count 50 days. He got to count up, we got to count complete Sabbath. So this right here, if you count here, if you count new moon day, that's not a Sabbath day. All right. He wanted to count the complete Sabbath. Sabbath are 7 complete working days. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that's your second week right here. See, we got week 1 right here. This come from the previous month to be out of the other calendar. 1, and then you count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's your second Sabbath right there. All right, so that's 2 Sabbaths already. So we got to find out how to get 5 more Sabbaths, right? So let's move on. This line is a continuation right here from the previous line, because you're going to start your count right here after the Shabbat. You're going to start your count here. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. 7 days, it's going to line right up with your new moon day. Your other 2 Sabbaths, all of them should line up right there together. Okay? So, the new moon is out this week too. All right? It's always on your second Sabbath. It's your second Sabbath of the month. But this is your third Sabbath counting to the Feast of Weeks. So don't let these numbers get you mixed up now, okay? This is your third Sabbath, but this is your second Sabbath of the month. But this is your third Sabbath right here counting toward the Feast of Weeks. So just take your time. Even if you had to stop the video or run this back and forth 2 or 3 times, because I don't want you to get mixed up. It's very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a Sabbath day. It's the second Sabbath. You know the second Sabbath because new moon comes out in the evening of the 14th. And the 15th day is always a full moon. All right. But we got that. But we're counting for the Feast of Weeks. Lower right is the third week counting to the Feast of Weeks. I forgot to tell you, I download these calendars from Calendar Labs, and you can set your own calendar up any way you want to. But I have to do it like this to keep it consistent because I post mine every month. Every month we see the new moon, so I try to keep it pretty much the same way every time. All these right here is your for your abbreviation, your colors, all this right here is self-explanatory on this side here. All right. Your Sabbaths are feast days. They are feast days. They are non-working days. So you can't do no commerce, no working. No, you can't work at home. You can't cook. You can't sweep the floor. You don't supposed to do no work at all. You can only just pray and study and rest from your week's work. All right. All of your Sabbath days should line up with your new moon day. All right. New moon day is not a Sabbath day. It's not a work day. It's a day of celebration. All right. And recognition of the new moon. All right. Then you start counting your working days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Then 7 days of rest. See how all of them are lining up. And being I'm on this right here, this is your 4th week right here. Counting towards your Feast of Weeks. All right. So we know we had 1 week left over from the previous month. And so this is the 3 weeks in this month so far after the new moon. So we got to keep in mind. That's how we got to keep up with it. After the new moon, you count you start counting your weeks for that month. All right. For that month. I'm trying to keep it simple the best way I can do it to keep from getting anybody confused. So this is your 4th week right here. All right, on our next line, we have a change of month here. It comes, if you look on the upper left, on this side of March, upper left is Pope's Greg's calendar. So it's right here. We're going to change this last day of the month of for March. So we're going to change over to red right here in April. Same position in the block right here. All right. And this is, it'll be the 29th day in the lunar calendar. All right. So this right here is the last Shabbat for the 2nd month, but it is the 5th week. All right. It's the last Shabbat. It's the 5th week. So that's how you count. It's always new moon day and 4 Shabbats in a month. It ain't gonna be no more or no less than that. You may, in some cases like this right here, you may have a 30th day instead of 29 days. You have a 30th day in the book of Hanukkah said you got a period of 28 days, a period of 29 days, and a period of 30 days. All right. So in some cases you're gonna have a 30th day. All right. So we got to keep up with that. Stay on it. Count your days. But what you do is you start looking for your new moon that evening of the 28th, 29th, or 30th day. If you don't see them those 2 days and it's not reported, you know it's got to come out on that 30th day. I've been doing this now for 2 years and some change. It always come on no later than the 30th day. That's why I put here in the box projected, because I don't know exactly which day it's going to come on. What I do normally, I go to Moon Giant and check and estimate exactly when it is. But Moon Giant is close, but it's not always 100%. You have to go out there and really look for this moon yourself. If you don't see it, then you'll have to check on the internet, go to Truth for Yahweh, and it's another spot to go to check them and see if they've come out. I forgot the name of the other ones I go to, but the new moon comes out the evening, so that makes it the next day that it's a new month when you see it. So the next day is new moon day, right? So it's just like it is up here. You see it come out the evening, new moon day. You see it come out this evening, the next day is new moon day. It's starting a new month. All right, brothers and sisters, you should be well on your way now to finding out which day that the Feast of Weeks is going to fall on. Because most of the work has been done for you right here. We got the week from the previous month right there, right? What was left over from the previous month. And we also have 4 Sabbaths here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 Sabbaths right here. All right, now, so we can count. We need to start counting till next week, right? Get our Sabbaths. Get our next 2 Sabbaths. So do we start counting here? Do we start counting here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 days right there, right? But can we count them right there? No, because we got a projected Sabbath here. Okay? All right. So let's start here. We got to get 7 days, right? Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got a 7 right there. Okay? But can we use that day? No, we can't use that day, because that's the 7th day of the month. Is not the 7th working day. So therefore, when new moon day is not a Sabbath day and it's not a work day. So after new moon day, you count your 6 working days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the calendar for the next month, 7. Your Shabbat should line up on the new moon day every month, just like it did here. We count in the same way. Only difference is this month here had a 29-day month. This month right here had a 30-day month. So at new moon day, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 7. That'll be your 6th Sabbath right there. You see, you got 5 right here. 5, this right here should be your 6th Sabbath. All right. And that'll be day 8 for the month. Day 8 right here. See day 7? This will be day 8 right here and be your 7th working day. Okay. So that's the way it works every month. So we got 1 week left. 1 week left. So I'm pretty sure you can find it for yourself. Find out and write down whatever day the week 7 comes on. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 9 and 10. And verse 9 says, 7 weeks shalt thou number unto thee. So those 7 weeks, it got to be complete weeks now. The 7 complete weeks. All right. Begin to number the 7 weeks from such time as you begin to put the sickle to the corn. Now you know that day that the day that we have to bring the sheaf of offering. That's the day you start counting your 7 weeks right there. All right. And number 10, and thou shalt keep the feast of weeks. Keep it. Keep the feast of weeks unto Yahuwah thy Lord with the tribute of freewill offering of thine hand, that thou shalt give unto Yahuwah thy Lord according to as Yahuwah thy Lord has blessed thee. If you get blessed with a lot, you give a lot. If you get blessed with a little, you give a little. But the thing I want to come out is, point I want to make is, they didn't tell you to count no days. They said count weeks. 7 weeks, right? And you said to count no days. Right here. So we got to count 7 complete weeks. Those are your complete Sabbaths. All right. So let's go to the next slide. I'm gonna show you something else. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 15 and 16. And verse 15 say, and ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Shabbat, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. See, we had a pause right here. Had a pause. So we was telling you, after you brought the sheaf of offering, stop. Then you count 7 Shabbats shall be complete. You got to count 7 complete weeks, not with the new moon days and not with the 30-day month either. Okay. Number 16, even until tomorrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto Yahuwah. Now that is when the only time you say count a day. See, you got 7 times 7. If you got 7 days times 7 weeks, that's 49 days. All right. But you get that 49th day, you add 1 more day, that'll be 50 days. You just don't start out counting from the day of the sheaf of offerings and just count 50 days. No, it don't work like that. You got to have complete Sabbaths. That's why I made sure we got it. I had it in here 2 times. You got 2 witnesses that you got to count complete Sabbaths, 7 Sabbaths. And then after that 7th Sabbath, you add 1 more day. That'll be 50 days, and that'll be your feast of weeks. And brothers and sisters, I pray that I explained it well enough for you to get an understanding on it. And I know sometimes I have a hard time explaining myself, but I do want to get the word out, at least get the calendar out. And if you have any questions, you can hit me up at my email. We ask that the brothers, they go to Brother David, Daoud Ben Yashayahu at Outlook.com. Email him for your questions. And sisters, we ask that you go to Princess Maya, princessmaya121 at gmail.com. For anything that you need to work on, your questions, concerns, or whatever, Princess Maya will take care of it. Brother Daoud, he's very well educated in the scriptures, and he can explain everything to a T. He's very well spoken, and his words are clear. He don't talk too fast to where he will leave you in a cloud wondering. He makes sure you understand everything. Me, I'm just a little different. I can't explain myself like I want to a lot of times. That's why I have to use my pointer and my pen to make sure that we are on the same, we're looking at the same thing and I'm explaining things right. But either way, it's for y'all, and I want to make sure that we keep y'all's feast days, holidays, and his Sabbath. So I pray that you have good feast days, good feast of weeks, and Shabbats, and Shalom.